Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for viewing again. This Halloween I'm going with an archdemon. I have another introduction after that, starting from my process of how all the makeup was done and everything like that. And I hope you guys get a lot of knowledge and ideas from this video, and I hope you guys have a great Halloween and enjoy watching, and thank you guys for stopping by my channel again. Alright, thank you. Hey guys, I'm Julian and I'm back. I'm doing a makeup tutorial this year. If you guys checked out my Avatar video 2 years ago in 2012, I decided to do an archdemon this year for Halloween. I have some great stuff. I have prosthetics, I have professional makeup brushes, I have brand new paint, and I have new additions for this costume as well as a dress attire itself. So I'm really excited, and I hope you guys enjoy the video and have a great Halloween. So when you guys are deciding what costume you guys want to do and how you want to do the design and everything, you guys can just check out YouTube or Google or find some pretty cool images and stuff and start creating a blend for yourself. I had found an image a while ago and I knew I wanted to do this, so I'm just going to start by creating a base for the makeup on my face. I always just use white because it's a great way to create different shades and tones when you're starting to do actual designs and trying to get the shadows of the human face and stuff like that when you're creating your costume. So I'm just going to start with this and go with this white here. And while you're doing so, I would probably just suggest trying to cover as much of your face as possible and then experimenting with the colors that you're going to overlap with it. For me, I'm going to be using reds and blacks. So I'm definitely going to start with the white and go off from there. You guys also should make sure that you guys should find some, I always suggest this like I did in my last video, is find some type of makeup that that you know won't break out your skin, and make sure you avoid your eyes and the other parts of your body and stuff that won't get infected or break out as well, because that's also a really that's a great precaution to take as well. Alright guys, so once you finish covering up the majority of your face with the foundation, it's going to kind of be a little bit choppy and stuff, but you don't have to worry too much about that, because once you blend in other colors on top of that and you create different shades and you go on different bases and stuff, you just want to make sure you don't make it too thick, but it's going to come out a lot better than this as well. Just make sure that you, once again, that you guys don't get anything into your eyes or your nose or ears and stuff like that, and you guys can just keep having fun from there. Next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to start using a red, because this is going to be my largest amount of color. So just make sure that when you do, you try and get 2 tubes or as many as you need. You guys actually won't need probably that much to do this, but this is going to be my greatest color that I'm going to be using for my costume. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to start adding my first layer of a base on. Of course, again, you don't want to make it too thick, so you have to make sure that you're going to disperse it completely throughout your face as well, and create an even tone, because that's really important for the greatest effects of how your makeup's going to come out for your costume, and you really want it to look as high quality as possible. Once you guys start to add on the first layer of your red base for this costume as well, you're going to notice that a lot of the choppiness that the white foundation created are going to start disappearing as well as that. And afterwards, you put your foundation, your first base of red on, you're going to want to make sure that you let it dry a little bit, and then you want to put another one on top of that. But you're going to make sure that this one's going to be thinner than the last one, so you guys can mix it with a little bit of water or white to dye it down a bit, because you don't want it to be too chunky or too choppy as well. And for this type, if you guys are wondering whatever brush I was using a just a typical foundation brush. It's a professional brush as well. You guys can get them anywhere, from any makeup store, Halloween store, or cosmetic apparel place as well as that. And I'm just using this brush to get the main base and foundation for my costume before I start going in with the smaller brushes that I have as well for the amount of detail that I'm really putting in as well. After you covered up your face in the color that you want it to be, mine is actually a lot brighter than I want it to be. I want it to have a darker hue, which is almost going to be like a blood red, but have different skin complexions incorporated in it as well. If you guys need help kind of figuring out what colors you're going to use, look at a color spectrum on Google or YouTube or anything, because white and red are going to make a pinker color, and black and red are going to make a browner color, and you guys can play with them and create a different hues for the different types of makeup styles that you're going to be using. Once I've covered up most of my face, you're going to know that the paint is still a bit choppy, so I'm going to give it time to dry as well, and then I'm going to put my next layer on. And I'm going to make sure that I make it a lot thinner than my first base of red and white. And like again, you guys can use water, or you guys can use, but I would suggest using a white or a black that you guys can put on top of that to make it thinner than the last layer. You guys can also, while you're taking time for it to dry, you guys can also kind of play around with how you're gonna use your costume. You guys can use wigs, which I would advise because I don't have much hair, as you see. And you guys can get different customizable objects to make your costume look even better. And I hope you guys are getting a lot from this video and have fun doing this. Once you guys start using your second base of paint, you want to make sure that you definitely go in around the eyebrows and the eyes and cover up those details as well, because those are really important for good quality for your costume. You want to make sure that you also don't get any of this in your eye, of course, but you also want to make sure that you go straight all the way to your hairline with your foundation bases, and you want to make sure that you completely cover up any of your skin spots left, because you do not want those to be showing within your when you start adding on your final bases and everything like that. I just use a napkin as well for my palette and everything like that with my makeup and such. You guys can go to any art store and get your own palettes if you want to use. I just use home stuff because it's less money and it's greatly convenient as well. And when you're applying your next base on, you want to make sure that you also get into the smallest crevices of your face and cover up every ounce of skin that you have on your face. I have a smaller brush, a crease. This brush is specifically a crease brush. I'm using it to kind of get also my lip line as well, because I have makeup ideas for how I want to do my lip colors and such as that. And you don't want to use a larger brush because it's going to smudge everything all over your face and it's going to be a complete mess. Once you guys start to finish up your third base of foundation, which is just the smaller details, you guys can start going on to the fourth layer, which is what I'm going to consider the smoothing layer. And you guys can do that by starting with a black base for your paint on your palette as well, and you guys can add go on top of that with the red, and then afterwards I would say add a white on top of it and make sure you're mixing it in between, and then you guys can completely add a few drops of water, because you're going to create a smooth foundation for that as well. And you guys can tell just on the palette which one is thicker and the difference between your fourth base as well as your first and second base foundation layers. Once you guys start applying that, just make sure you guys completely smooth it out all over your face, and you want to get it everywhere on top of all of the older foundation once everything is completely dried up as well. And you also guys just want to make sure that it blends well, so I would go back to your foundation brush for that, because it is my larger brush, and it's really good for just mixing everything together, and it becomes very versatile in how the colors infuse and everything. And afterwards I'm going to work on the hues and stuff like that in my skin tone, and then I'm going to start the designs on top of that for the archdemon's face and whatever markings I want to put on that before I add the final pieces to my costume. After you guys have finished putting on your fourth layer, I'm completing the rest of mine right now. You're definitely going to notice that there's a different change in your skin. There's the makeup's going to become a lot smoother because of the water and the mixture of the paints added to it as well. And you guys just want to let that dry for a little bit, and then you guys can start. I would not advise adding a fifth layer, because if you do that again, you're going to have to start the entire process of trying to smooth everything out again, and everything's going to be chunky and choppy as well. So I would let that layer dry out first, and then you guys can start adding the markings on for the archdemon's costume as well on his face. The next detail that I want to start adding in while the paint's still a little wet is are the shadows that you're going to be using. And you also want to do that to give your eyes almost like an evil sunken look. You want to apply an extra darker color. I would not suggest using a complete black. Make sure you guys blend that in with the red as well, because you want these tones to completely mix with one another while you're painting your face. the way I did it is I just outlined the eye and the simplicity of the cheekbone as well as the nose right here, and you guys can see that there is a little bit of a difference. And I mean, they're going to look, if the shadows come out really well, they're going to look almost as like their actual markings on your face as well. For the demon's face too. I also made sure that I bring back the line right here from my nose to my lips as well, because I can play around with the shadows with that as too and give my costume a greater makeup quality as well. After I let this finish drying, I'm going to make sure I add the markings for my face, and you guys are going to see that. And then on top of that, I have these demonic horns that I had custom fitted for myself, as well as a wig, and I have the shirt and the top and everything, so you guys are going to see the entire thing before. After I've gotten this far into my costume, I'm going to just start applying the eyeliner as well, just to get that detail out the way quickly. As you guys can also tell, I've changed my shirt. This is the shirt that I'm going to be wearing for Halloween. I haven't painted my chest or anything like that because I don't know how far I want to go down with that, because the shirt is completely adjustable as well. It's so much easier once you to get your costume on before you start painting. Just make sure you put like towels or newspaper around yourself or whatever, so you don't wind up getting any extra makeup or excess makeup or cosmetics, whatever, onto your costume, because you want it to be as clean as possible. Once I finish this eyeliner, I'm going to add the designs for my demon's face, and I'm going to finalize the final touches with that, and apply my horns and my wig as well. I do have prosthetics that I have extra horns that I'm going to be using. They're a little bit difficult to put on, so I'm probably not going to wind up doing that until Halloween itself. You guys, if you guys want to use any type of adhesive for it, you guys can go with theatrical adhesive, spirit gum. Make sure the latex doesn't cause any allergic reactions to your skin and stuff like that. And once you're almost done, you guys can just customize this costume any way you want and just have as much fun as possible. The majority of your makeup, you guys can start adding the designs however you want to do them. Just look as a picture as a reference or anything like that. I already have an idea on how I'm going to do mine, and for this I'm actually using my lip brush from my makeup kit to do this with. I know I'm using a lot of different brushes for different reasons, regardless of what the name of the brush is because I'm looking for the style of the brush and the bristle head for the design of the line itself in the use of this makeup, because the designs are a huge detail for the costume itself, and having a steady hand and the type of brush that you're using is extremely important into how you're going to finalize everything. If you guys wind up making any mistakes with this and you don't like the way your designs come out, you guys can always just use a wet washcloth or just put some extra red over it and start over again with the design and stuff. It's not that hard because your makeup foundation and your base is completely finished as well. Once you guys have gotten like any type of design or anything like fun or scary that you guys want to do for your costume and stuff, you guys can for myself, I'm gonna add the wig on because I'm kind of finishing everything up. I mean, I know the video is not that long, but this costume is actually taking me 4 hours to do in entirety, and it's a really fun process. It's just extremely long. You guys can go and pick up any type of wig because there's thousands of styles and colors and everything like that. And I just wanted something extremely unique, so I chose to go with silver because I think that's it's a great color, especially with the style of hair and skin and everything that I'm doing. And you guys can style these wigs any type of way that you want and stuff. Just make sure that you let your face dry a little bit because you don't want the paint to get caught up in the wig and everything. And on top of that, once you have the wig styled and everything the way you want, I also have these horns that I had customized for myself as well. I went to a costume store and did it, and you guys can kind of put them any way you want, in any style. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get these on top of my wig and everything. Just make sure you have them set the way you want. Even if you might see the elastic that's attached to it, you guys can paint over it. Like this, a type of elastic up top, you guys can paint over it. You guys can cover it inside of your hair, anything you want like that. And just make sure you guys just have fun and make it as original as possible. It's a great process. I think makeup art is a great outlet and everything like that, and you guys should just have fun, especially since it's Halloween. I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and I hope my tutorial has helped you guys come up with some really inspirational and artistic ideas, and I hope you guys have fun trick-or-treating, be safe, and have a great night and holiday as well. Alright, thank you guys for watching again.